Okay, this one's an interesting one. Well, it's actually quite boring, but it's not that boring. We're going to make it interesting. We've done heaps of these before. We're going to see. You'll find out soon what I'm doing and what original this is. So there's a funny one. The name of it makes me laugh. I'll make fun of it. Right. Contrast. Just a little bit. And lighten it up. Okay. Okay, let's see what we've done to this one. Right. What is it? It is none other than Taaaget. Or, actually it's called Taaaget, but I call it Taaaget. A lot of people in Australia call Taaaget Taaaget. So this is Taaaget. We're going to do this side. So it's Taaaget. Bit of a joke, making Taaaget sound like a posh label. Although they do sell a lot of things that have got their own labels. Like they sell products that are not everything at Target or Taaaget is Target, but a lot of things are. I don't like the toys that they're advertising because they're all plasticky and they don't, like this electronic shit doesn't last and ends up in landfill more often than not. It's really not good for our planet, all this stuff. And the way the capitalists behind companies like Taaaget just want people to keep spending and spending and spending and spending, and poor children want these articles and the parents often can't afford it, and it's just teaching kids to be greedy, you know, just trying to get them to, they have to have every little gadget, every little toy, especially when they get into the playground and everyone's got the latest fad. Fads are really bad for kids. I don't like these fads that they have, and kids just have this compulsion that they have to have it, or they want to be like their friends and have the latest toys, the latest gadgets and all that stuff. And then when the toy goes out of fashion, it's no longer trendy or cool, well then it gets thrown away or whatever. I don't know what happens in these families that have children. I don't have children, fortunately. I'm too old for children. Me and Luigi are going to I'm going to become a scientist and a CEO one day. I don't have any actual desires to have children. I never have. Since I was 10 years old, I made up my mind that I'd never have children. I'm now 45. That was 35 years ago, and now I'm basically at that stage where I'm probably unable to have children. So I don't regret it. A lot of people, and that's another thing, everyone wants to do everyone wants to do what everyone else is doing, and it seems like having children, people seem to look down on women who don't want children as selfish. But we're living in hard times at the moment. Money's not going as far as it should. The environment's under a lot of stress. Prices are rising. Things are becoming more unsustainable for families. Well, I think bringing a child up in this age is probably not a good thing myself. I do feel that I don't want to bring it, even if I wanted to have kids, I'd question whether it would be appropriate to bring them up in a time when capitalism is so uncontrolled and so unfettered that it's destroying the planet, it's destroying society, it's making a fuck up of everything, it's spoiling everything. And I don't want to bring a child into that kind of pressure cooker environment, because bullying does not just happen at school. It does not stop at school. It continues into tertiary education, and the worst thing, it ends up in your job. It happens at work. So why do you want to bring your children up into that situation? No thanks. I'd rather protect children by not having children. And as I said, I never had any desire to have a child, and I've made an error. I was meant to make these into a mirror image, but I've been talking and blabbing too much, and yes, I fucked up. So I've got 2 more normal quadrants. Sometimes when I get involved in a really heated subject like what I've been talking about, well, basically, such as capitalism and that, I do sometimes lose my concentration. I'm not good at, I can't multitask very well, so I've made 2 copies of the wrong thing. So I'm wondering if we're just going to make another 2. But yeah, I just don't think it's a very good time to bring up children. It's climate change and global warming and all that sort of stuff is really not good. We don't want our world to burst at the seams. It's already overpopulated, so overpopulation is yet another problem we have in this world that makes it so undesirable for future generations. We must give the world a break, and we must stop having too many children, or any children at all. I guess you've got to have some children maybe, but it's getting to the stage where the world is just bursting at the seams, and there's not enough food supply. There could be shortages of food and everything else, and basically you don't want to bring your child up in a world where there's no food security. It'd be better that they were not born at all, but that's my opinion. You know, you can reserve your right to disagree with me, but basically that's my opinion, and I don't want to hurt little children because they are precious, and if I can just avoid having them, which, hey, I've got no choice. I'm 45. I'm at the age where it would be undesirable to try to conceive. I could end up with birth defects and shit like that, so it's not worth bringing up a child if that is likely as well. So this looks interesting. I think we can call it quits. That's my 2 cents for the day.